Stephen King had several good things to say about Kate Winslet's 2011 critically acclaimed miniseries, Mildred Pierce. King is mostly known for his best-selling novels, including Carrie, It, and The Shining, but he also frequently comments on movies and TV shows that he hasn't written or been involved in. King has written over 66 books, many of which have been adapted for the screen. Given his experience in the literary and entertainment world, the prolific author is more than qualified when it comes to advising about which series or movie to watch. So, it's not surprising that he praised Mildred Pierce, a grossly underappreciated miniseries. Mildred Pierce is an overlooked miniseries, but it's having a comeback on streaming. Kate Winslet as Mildred Pierce in HBO's 2011 Mildred Pierce miniseries. When Mildred Pierce was released in 2011, the period drama, which was adapted from James M. Cain's novel of the same name, barely made a splash. This was despite having the incredibly talented Kate Winslet in the titular lead role. Fortunately, 14 years after the miniseries debuted, it's finally getting the recognition it deserves. Because of streaming platforms, some TV shows that were not popular upon their release are seeing a resurgence, as is the case with Mildred Pierce. Winslet's gripping series has become one of the most streamed shows in August 2025, and deservedly so, as it's well-written, profound, and thought-provoking. Stephen King had high praise for the 2011 miniseries. Kate Winslet and Guy Pearce driving in a car in Mildred Pierce. Although many people weren't aware of Mildred Pierce, King had watched the show during the year it was released and shared his thoughts on Todd Haynes' series. In his Newsweek piece about the miniseries, titled Mommy Dearest and Her Devil Daughter, King praised Winslet and Guy Pearce's memorable acting, as well as Haynes' masterful adaptation of the novel. King, who had nothing but praise for the lead actor, saying, "Winslet's Mildred is a genuine star turn," didn't necessarily think the show had no problems. The prolific author shared that he thought the miniseries was too damn long. However, the length of Mildred Pierce hasn't worked against it in the long run, given the period drama's renewed popularity. Why you should listen to Stephen King and watch Mildred Pierce. Kate Winslet and Evan Rachel Wood in Mildred Pierce. Mildred Pierce is only 5 episodes, and while that is short, the series does seem to drag a little during its opening scenes. However, that is one of the strengths of the period drama. It takes its time acclimating audiences to the setting, characters, and engrossing storyline. Mildred Pierce is not an easy show because of the complexities it includes in its premise. The show's characters are incredibly flawed, even Mildred, whose unnecessary pride and ability to overlook her daughter, Vader's, shortcomings can be frustrating. Vader herself is tough to like due to her cruelty, manipulation, and ungratefulness.